A very good day to you out there, and welcome to your enlightenment program on the economy and inside agriculture, where we focus on the need to embracing technology innovations for better results across sectors of the economy, especially in technology-driven programs. I am Ile Emeje. It is no longer news that the advancement in technology innovations has become a critical means to recording significant results across sectors world over. Nigeria and Nigerians are not left out, even as the government, organizations, institutions, and individuals are striving hard to ensuring good success. Institutionally, embracing technology in Nigerian universities offers numerous benefits, including enhanced learning experience, improved teaching methodologies, increased access to resources, and a more efficient administrative environment. It also helps prepare students for the demands of the global workforce and fostering collaboration among students and faculty. It also leads to rich learning, accessibility, adequate access to information, and although there are issues surrounding accessibility to technological innovation across the country, it still remains paramount if growth and development is in view. And so today on your enlightenment program, Director of Academic Planning, African University of Science and Technology, AUST, Dr. Abdulhakeem Bello is my guest, joining me after the news. Stay with us.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we would realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow.
I see a president tomorrow. I see a governor.
In what can be described as a celebration of industry players and entrepreneurs in view, development experts, including the President, African University of Science and Technology, AUST, Professor Azikiwe Peter Onwala, Harps standardization in line with global practice.
We believe that it is by finding solutions to problems that they can gain knowledge and get exposed. And that is why in addition to our academic departments, we have an innovation hub on campus. And so every student goes through that innovation hub in such a way that they learn how to solve problems, how to do business plans, how to do startups.
Other top management staff of the institute noted the critical value for skills development.
They are committed to academic excellence because this is what we are known for in AUST. Our postgraduate programs are very, very top level.
We are poised to training students that will not just live and then be looking for jobs, but they will be job creators.
The celebrants expressed satisfaction while highlighting expectations.
My expectation after graduation is I will be an entrepreneur.
Once a person fails, then you don't have to repay loans and investment, then you can consider within the class.
And at the end of this program, I wish to graduate with a first class, and after that, I wish to push my education abroad and to do as far as PhD.
I'm optimistic that we would get a good education here because the ambience is good. I believe the school is good. I've seen the laboratories, I've seen the faculties here, and I'm optimistic that we'll get the best education here.
It is indeed hopeful that skills acquisition at all levels would help strengthen the nation's economy. ASO Television News. In case you just tune in, you are on to your enlightenment program, the economy and inside agriculture. And as I mentioned earlier, August, Dr. Abdulhakeem Bello is now here with me in the studio, and he will be taking us on a topic we caption technology innovation as a tool to effective academic success. Doctor, you are welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor to be here today.
All right, as you heard in our intro, we have established that technology innovations has been identified as imperative, very important for significant outcomes across sectors of the economy, be it government, trade, education, and all of them. That technology innovation has become so important for effective outcome. Now, can you just take us on a general overview of how technology makes the difference?
Thank you very much for that question. As we all know, that technology is all around us, and basically is a means to enhance what we do and enhance productivity at the end of the day. So for us at the African University of Science and Technology here in Abuja, we prioritize technology in most of our curriculum and things what we do. But let me just go back a little bit and give you a little bit background about the university and how we have come to be where we are today. So the African University of Science and Technology actually started in 2007 as a postgraduate only university, prioritizing research, because we know that research is the bedrock of the university, apart from the teaching that we do. So right from time we understood that technology needs to be embedded in what we do, and that we have taken into account, for instance, in the university. And over the years, we have seen significant improvement in the research, especially being that one of the mandates of the university is not just to teach, but do research across the African problems that we see. Because we know water is a problem, farming is a problem. So we embed technology in all this so that we try and get solutions for from these problems.
And in all of the research that you people, the university has embarked upon, can we say that you have recorded significant results, especially when it has to do with talking about agriculture and then education curriculum?
Well, the university has recorded significant success, especially in the area of research. So when you go to the university, we have different thematic areas, people that work on different areas. So we have people that work on materials for energy application, materials for renewable energy technology, multifunctional materials. We also have those that work more on the area of health, that look at cancer, disease and diagnostics, and they have recorded significant progress, and even some of them have gone as far as clinical trials. So we are still waiting for the next phase because we need a number of approvals for you to go forward. But I must say that we have not been directly into agriculture because, but we work more in the area of biomass processing. So we process a lot of biomass. Remember, from agriculture we have a lot of biomass.
Yeah, which is subset of agriculture.
Yeah, so this biomass, we do a lot of research to process it into value-added products at the end of the day. So for example, we have facilities to convert some of these biomass, so let's say rice husk, into value-added carbon materials which can be used for water purification and a whole lot of other applications. So we have those kind of things, but we are not directly into agriculture, but we deal with the bioproduct of agricultural products.
Okay, now you are at the forefront of technology innovation. The university is a technology-based institution.
Yes.
Can we also say, or what can you advise other universities to imbibe in the area of imbibing technology to achieve better results? You and I are aware that most universities, especially when it comes to public universities, though they are trying the best they can, but what advice do you have for them, especially in the area of agriculture that you mentioned? You said you are not fully into it, but there is an aspect of it too. Yeah. So what would be your advice to agric-based universities across the country?
Okay, so thank you very much for that. First of all, for us as a university, the curriculum was intentionally designed to foster academic rigor, relevance, and sustainability.
Okay.
So you need to tweak your curriculum to the current realities of what we, for the challenges we are facing in Nigeria. Now, apart from that, the university also has active industry advisory board.
Industry advisory
board that meets on a quarterly basis and advise the university's curriculum committee on global advancement and even local needs within the system. So we are able to do all those that so that we are able to at least keep up with technology within the system. And lastly, if you are aware that AI has really become something that is very relevant now, and there's, will I say an instruction, a mandate from the President's office that all the departments within the university should review their curriculum to incorporate AI in their curriculum, so that the students will be versed with these technologies as they graduate at the end of the day.
Okay, yeah. AI, yeah, what drew my attention to that university is what you have just said. AI, that is artificial intelligence. Globally, that is what is in vogue.
Yes,
now, can you just bring our understanding to the application of what is AI, somebody may say, and how functional? How do you think that I can use AI to achieve economic growth, maybe even on an individual basis? Then we talk about institutions and the government or the country.
Okay, so artificial intelligence is simply means more of like you training a machine to do what humans can do for you. Although there's an extent to which it can go, but it enhances productivity. So for example, these days we have robots, we have autonomous vehicles, we also have drones. those are all products of artificial intelligence systems, and we have seen where these machines or systems are being implemented. For example, I've seen where a drone is being used in agriculture, either to spray fertilizers or different chemicals across farm. We have seen where robots are being used to plant in farms. So generally, artificial intelligence is here to stay with us, and then we should be able to take advantage of this for enhanced productivity at the end of the day. Some people also complain about artificial intelligence, especially when it comes to academics. For example, there are now AI tools that students can use to do assignments, can use to generate papers, and there's a lot of concerns about that. But our argument is we need to take advantages of this and use them responsibly. So they have advised that there should be institutional policy on the use of AI tools in academics, and also we cannot shy away from this. We need to embrace it, but we need to embrace it responsibly.
Okay, again, I'll also take you up on skills development and skills acquisition, the need for skills development. And now the introduction of AI has made everything to be very simple. So how effective have you inculcated the AI into training your students to the acquisition of skills and other initiatives so that they can be able to withstand global competitiveness?
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, for that. So one of the things that also differentiates AUST from other conventional university is that now we are beginning to emphasize more innovation. And the university now has a innovation hub within the university where we encourage students to participate in the activities of that center, where they learn soft skills that can be used at the end of the day. We also encourage startups in that innovation, and in that innovation hub, that center there, students have hands-on on various aspects of technology, including AI. They have different activities within the hub, which include like CV clinics, how to basically deal with employment issues, develop yourselves with soft skills. There are a lot of soft skills that students even lack at the end of the day when they graduate. So we try to incorporate all these soft skills in the innovation hubs, in addition to telling them how to develop applications and different kind of algorithms that can solve problems for them. So for me, the university takes the University of Innovations very seriously, because that's basically what is lacking in many of our graduates that we have at the end of the day. Innovation is not basically reinventing the wheel. It's basically looking at an existing problem and solving it in a different ways. That gives you the results and solution at the end of the day.
Okay, like you mentioned, it is assumed that most of Nigerian graduates are not skilled, and so they lack the capacity to be employed or to be employable, especially when it has to do with industrialization front. This assumption has been there over the years. And recall that university curriculum or higher institution curriculum in the country were sometimes had to be distorted because of one problem or the other. Now that we have the introduction of technology innovation, artificial intelligence, how effective do you think this will help us to become highly competitive?
Okay, so let me respond from the academic point of view. Just as you mentioned, before the curriculum were very rigid, then we couldn't really do much in that. But the National Universities Commission has introduced a new curriculum, which they call CC-MAS, which is called Curriculum Minimum Academic Standard. And in that curriculum, it allows university to play around with about 30% of the total curriculum. So the NUC provides 70% of the curriculum and allows the university to develop the remaining 30% to make the 100%. So universities have the opportunity this time around to play around and bring in those innovative courses that are related to AI and technology that can develop these skills in the students. So I think that is already being addressed through the NUC. But for us as a university, we, through the Innovation Hub, we have dedicated some time for the student to learn some of these soft skills that people complain about that you do not, that makes them unemployable at the end of the day. Apart from, say, you have earned the degree, you also need these skills. They are very simple skills. Some of them are like communication skills. How do you comport yourself? Presentation. How do you even develop a simple presentation that you present to the audience? And I believe at AUST, through the Innovation Hub, we have incorporated all this in the curriculum, and we believe that we are training graduates that at the end of the day will be ready for the job market.
Okay, when you're saying you'll be ready for the job market, what area of priority do you think the institution is focused when we talk about industrialization? What are the major courses to look at when we're talking about the application of technology innovations or artificial intelligence?
Okay, so when I say ready for the market, one, I mean they should be employable by any organization, but most importantly, what we're trying to push is let them be employers of labor, and that is the whole essence of the startup. The startup or the Innovation Hub is where they go and nurture their idea. From idea, it goes through the process until it gets a product at the end of the day. We want the students such that when they graduate, it's either you have developed an app that people can use to pay electricity bill, just fintech, a financial app that people can use to pay for products and all these kind of things. So that is in the area of the technology out of it, taking into account the artificial intelligence, computing, to be able to develop apps that can solve problems. There are a few students in the Innovation Hub that I know that are also developing applications that can detect diseases in in the farm. So if you have, say, you have planted maize, through that app they can tell you, okay, there's this.
In that.
Yeah. So there are a lot of things that are going on with students this time around, rather than just focusing on the core academics. The core academics is also important because you need to get a good grade at the end of the day to graduate, but you also need to develop these innovative skills at the end of the day. So I believe that at AUST we are fostering that, and we believe that at the end of the day, students shouldn't be sending CV up and down looking for a job. They should be able to be employment of labor by themselves. So that's the whole idea.
That is very interesting, and you know, there has been this argument also that most students or graduates from conventional universities across the country are knowledgeable, so knowledgeable with their certificate, but they are not skilled. In the era of technology innovation, what would be your advice to these institutions, not just universities? We have colleges of education, we also have polytechnics. All things being equal, polytechnics are trained to be technically minded.
Yes,
all things being equal, but at times you'll be surprised to see a graduate from the polytechnic, and when it comes to technicalities, they know little or nothing about it. So how do you think these institutions can build up or embrace technology to ensuring that even graduates from such institutions would also be able to become employable?
Well, I think this is already being addressed through the new curriculum that NUC has just released. I think it was in 2022 December. So that aspect of the curriculum that is being developed by the university, we believe that each university should be able to develop these skills and incorporate it in the curriculum, such that anybody graduating from these universities, be public or private or even state university, should be able to have these skills and implement them. In our own case, we have identified this, and then through our Innovation Hub, we try to have different activities to develop these skills for the students. There are a number of activities that takes place in the Innovation Hub that makes students to think critically of solution to some existing problem. For example, I know this year we have had a few innovation challenge that has been thrown to students that, okay, in Nigeria, we have a problem with climate change. We have problem with erosion and drainages, environmental issues. We throw it open to the students. Think of innovative solutions to this problem, and then submit a proposal. You see beautiful proposals from young students, and we try to evaluate and encourage them and try to incubate them into startup and see if, as they are starting their BSc programs, they're also trying to develop those solutions such that as you are even graduating, those solutions are going into the market, and then you can also be making money for yourself. So I believe that through curriculum review, the universities should be able to achieve skilled graduates at the end of the day.
You know, one thing is to roll out interesting policies, but the other thing is to ensure the full implementation of these policies. Like you mentioned, that the NUC has rolled out new curriculum for universities. What can you say about the monitoring and evaluation of these policies to ensure that these policies will go the way that it was established?
Yeah, just like, you know, this is change is difficult. I know there was a lot of resistance against this curriculum, but the NUC stood on its feet that this is going in line with recent advancement in technology. So they have been following up and saying that universities must implement this new curriculum. In our universities, we have started, and remember also that the NUC is responsible for accreditation of university programs. So through the accreditation programs, they ensure that universities do the right things that needs to be done with implementation of the new curriculum that has been developed. So I believe that monitoring is key. If you want it to be successful, you need to have a monitoring team that follows up on the implementation, so that you know that you are achieving the desired goal at the end of the day.
Okay, you will agree with me that world over, a lot of people, maybe students to be, those that are pursuing their educational career, would also want to use or to employ the introduction of technology innovations across the world, not just in Nigeria. And it is in Nigeria, I say, Nigeria is not exempted.
Yes,
and so some persons would suggest maybe want to take up maybe an employment while they will be schooling. They want to also combine the two together. Now, what can you say of your institution in the area of collaboration with other institutions, or providing that enabling environment for people to thrive or to use technology to achieving educational pursuit? How possible is that with AUST?
So the university is very flexible, and then we try to accommodate many people as within the approved courses that NUC has given us. And I must tell you that the university, as I've mentioned, originally started as postgraduate university, and then operated for like the first 10 years before in 2017 we approached the National Universities Commission for approval to start undergraduate program, because it was originally designed to start with a postgraduate, and then you now go down to the lower one. And I must say that the university is Pan-African in nature, and fosters student diversity. So we have students from all over African countries, especially at the postgraduate level, and we intend to have such for the undergraduate student. But at the moment, all our undergraduate students are Nigerian. But the programs are such that we're able to take in working class people. We're able to tweak our curriculum, especially at the postgraduate level, because we use the modular teaching approach. So we use the modular teaching approach, so it allows working class people to be able to enroll in postgraduate programs such as MSc in MIT, Management of Information Technology, Public Policy, and a whole number of courses. So it's flexible, and then we're able to manage that. So for people that want to be working and also
combine the two together,
I encourage them to visit the website and then reach out to the relevant departments. They should be able to get 1 or 2 courses that will fit their interest.
Okay, maybe you will highlight some of those courses after the break. We want to take a break now and we'll be right back. All right, we'll take a quick break now and we will be right back. Stay with us.
Until our differences disappear, our unity cannot be wielded by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite.
This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television DSTV Channel 392, Star Times Terrestrial Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, People's TV Channel 285, and UHF Channel 38.
So glad to have you join us in this interesting edition of your regular program, your enlightenment program on the economy inside agriculture. Our focus has been on the application of technology in achieving sustainable and desired objectives. Our guest has been Dr. Abdulhakeem Bello, who is the Director of Academic Planning, African University of Science and Technology, AUST, in Abuja here. Doctor, you were trying to explain how flexible your courses are to accommodate working class and those that are coming up. So someone following us may also want to know which area of focus do you have at the AUST?
Okay, so originally, the university is a university of technology, and we're focused more on the technology aspect, the science and the engineering aspect. But after a while, we realized that you cannot do efficient science and technology without the management and the business part of there. So we actually approached the NUC and they gave us approval to start courses like management of information technology, public policy, and public admin. So those are the ones that we have at the postgraduate level at the moment. And because we realize that many people from the working class are interested in those courses, the timetable is such that it's basically more for weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just to accommodate them from working lectures during the week. So it's structured such that they have their lectures mostly Fridays to Sunday, just to take everybody along. So that's on the lecture part. Secondly, remember we are talking about technology. Some lectures are done virtually because now there's a lot of tools. You can use Zoom, Google Classroom. So we take a lot of advantage of these tools and technology to enhance our teaching. So some classes will be physical, some are going to be virtual. So we combine this hybrid technology such that it can reach them. I know, like some Friday lectures, some of them are still in the offices, they have not left, so they can start off with a virtual and then they can now join physically. These classes are also being recorded, so you can have access to it even if you miss a class afterwards at the end of the day. So technology has really made life easy, especially in terms of dissemination and disseminating information.
All right, in terms of disseminating information, and we all know that agriculture has also been identified as the bane for all development, or for major development across countries of the world. Yes. We are talking about technology. What are your plans for courses on agriculture and how to employ technology to ensuring that agriculture becomes a business or as easy as anyone can think of in Nigeria?
So I would give a general answer to that, not just limiting it to agriculture alone, but we also realize the need to expand the university. And we have recently approached the National Universities Commission, although we're still expecting their response, that we want to start new courses. New courses, and then from our experience with the undergraduate students that we have just program that we have just started, we realized that a lot of people are interested in computing and technology course. So, for example, our software engineering program and computer science programs are highly subscribed to compared with the regular engineering program. So that gives us a general idea that this is the trend. People are moving in the direction of technology. So we have sat down together as a team with the management of the university and said, okay, let's see if we can have introduction of courses like a BSc in data science and artificial intelligence, BSc in cybersecurity, BSc in information system and information technology, looking at that in the area of computing. In the area of, in the business side, we are looking at courses in the area of fintech to see how you can incorporate technology in the financial sector. Now moving to engineering, we also have agri-engineering in the university academic brief, but I know these things are phased out in the brief that, okay, between 2020 and 2025, these are the programs you can start, 2025. So they're actually phased out, and we hope to eventually get to agriculture and the other engineering like bioengineering and a whole lot of things. So we have plans for agri-engineering, but it's still in the near future, and we hope to be able to do mechanized agriculture, taking into account the technology that are around us, using drones, unmanned aerial vehicles, and then take advantage of the several technologies that are around that can enhance productivity.
Yeah, all of these plans we cannot complete or conclude arrangements on these plans without thinking of infrastructural development. So what are your infrastructural development plans?
Yeah, so I agree with that infrastructure is beginning to be a big problem and challenge for us, but there has been plans in place to overcome these challenges. Some of them include like a PPP arrangement. So we, like one of the most challenging one that we're trying to deal with is accommodation for the students, and we have been interacting with a number of partners and key people that can invest in that institution. So we believe in PPP arrangement, or we're also looking at different financing model that will be comfortable for university for us to address this infrastructure deficit that we have talked about. So it's in plan, and then we hope to get over it very soon.
How about your accreditation? Because most private universities does not have accreditation on all their courses. So how is AUST different?
Yeah, so as I've said earlier, the AUST started from the postgraduate, and now we're at the undergraduate. I must tell you that all our courses at the postgraduate level, especially the ones in science and engineering, have full accreditation from the NUC, and then the ones that are due for accreditation, we are approaching the NUC for that. So we believe that for the programs that we have started, we have all the necessary infrastructures and the personnel and all that is required for full accreditation. Just as I've said, we have written to the National Universities Commission. We are waiting their response on when they will come and the timing and that. So I believe that the university will be able to get full accreditation for its undergraduate programs.
And going forward now, for those that are interested in securing admission in your institution, particularly because of technology innovation, what would be your advice to them?
Yeah, so thank you very much on this. We all know that JAMB result just came out a few days ago, but undergraduate admission is done through the JAMB portal, what they call CAPS, which is Central Admission Processing System. All admission, no university is allowed to do any form of undergraduate admission without, especially 100 level. So I want to say to those that are listening to us, or those that have not heard about AUST and you're interested in sending your words to AUST, you can visit our website and then go to admission, and then if you're interested, all you need to do is go to your CAPS and do a change of institution. For the postgraduate admission, most of our postgraduate admission are on a rolling basis, especially for the PhD. You can apply for PhD and start at any time, provided there is a supervisor to supervise you in that particular area. So I want to advise people to visit the university website, check out all the programs that we have, and if you're interested, especially for the undergraduate, you need to just do a change of institution in your JAMB portal, and then your name will show up in AUST portal. We also take direct entry students. People can transfer from different universities. All these are also done on JAMB portal. So please visit the university website, and then there is the phone numbers and emails are there, and I guarantee you'll get a response within 24 hours. So the website is actually www.aust.edu.ng, and when you get there, you can go under admissions. You will see the phone numbers and emails for inquiries. You can reach out to those numbers.
All right. Technology innovation, the introduction of technology innovation is a welcome development by all, but a lot of people have laid this complaint that accessibility to technology or these innovations is very hard, it's becoming so hard. So what are you doing to ensure that technology innovation is sustained at your institute?
Well, I agree with you that it's difficult to be able to sustain this technology, and I must tell you that at the university we have a very excellent laboratories that we use for most of our research, and I will encourage those that are interested to visit the university. We have a world-class lab there's no facility that you are looking for, especially in terms of advanced research that you are looking for that we do not have. But just as I said, maintaining those is really a challenge, taking into account that we are in Nigeria, power is a problem to everybody. So we are looking into that to be able to sustain many of these advanced facilities that we have. And more recently, the university is looking at implementing solar solutions so that we will deal with the power challenges, because many of those technologies or facilities that we're talking about, they rely on constant power supply. So one thing that we're beginning to do is we're beginning to implement solar solutions to be able to let's say maintain and expand the lifespan of this technology. So it's basically for institutions to be able to invest, which is going to be capital intensive, but people need to do that in order for us to have access to these technologies.
Dr. Bello, you told us how your plans to introduce more courses in management, in agriculture, in technology and other areas. But on a lighter note now, what plans do you have for those of us in the media? You don't have anything for us as we round up?
Well, I've gotten a number of calls and emails, and people say, somebody said, do you have any course? Okay, it first said, do you have mass communication? I said, well, it's in our academic brief, but we have not started that. And I said, what about the postgraduate level? I said, well, you know, as a private university, we also want to do things that are marketable. Yeah, so we need to do like a feasibility study on this and see people's interests on this, and then if we see that there's a lot of interest, we need to just approach the National Universities Commission and say, okay, we have these courses in our university's academic brief, we want to activate them. They do the resource verification, and if we meet up with the minimum requirement, they give us the approval to go ahead. So we can discuss this and see, maybe I can send a survey and just sample people's opinion and see how we can.
All right, because of our time now, just in 1 minute, in 1 second or 2 seconds now, just highlight on the relevance of the introduction of technology innovation as well.
Well, thank you very much for the conversation, but you know, technology is very, very relevant in Nigeria and even worldwide. Technology makes things, will I say, easy or faster for us to do, and for me, it enhances our productivity and makes life easy for us.
All right, technology enhances our productivity, and that is the opinion of my guest, and that is how far we can go on this episode of your enlightenment program, The Economy and Inside Agriculture. The guest we have been speaking with is Dr. Abdulhakeem Bello, who is the Director, Academic Planning, African University of Science and Technology here in Abuja. Doctor, I want to thank you for finding time to honor an invitation to be here.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, and to you out there, our esteemed audience, we appreciate your time with us today on the program. Join us again next time for another interesting episode of the program. I am Ile Emeje saying good day to you.